All right, there, guys. Welcome back to another 7 o'clock slot with me and Shauno. Going to be having a bit of a chat regarding Arne Slot. I did a video earlier on today about what Paul Joyce had said, but there is a little bit more in the article, but I just wanted to get the key point out of what he'd mentioned. So we'll dive a little bit more into that. And then we'll kind of just see where the conversation takes us after that. But other than that, Sean, mate, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm just keeping busy. A little bit poorly there today, but evening, Steve, and evening, Scott.
Morning, boys.
Social media is just a cesspit, and a lot of rival fans mouthing off out of them, and Man United fans in particular. But anyway, we'll keep that for the stream. Guys and girls, please check out Sean Leonard Art, Portraits and Characters. They are our sponsors for our channel, AKMLFC. If you're interested in joining the VIP membership, $1.99 to $2.99 per month, where on a monthly draw you can be in with a chance of winning a illustration or a print by Sean Leonard Art. Nice. Barry says, I'm depressed to fuck.
I think we all kind of are right now, Barry lad.
I think so, yeah.
Make sure you're all hitting the like button, guys, as you're joining. It just helps the channel out with the algorithm and everything like that. And share as well. So let's just go straight into this article, mate, that I've got right up about. So basically, the long and short of the video that I did earlier was that I find it quite telling that Arne Slot, that Paul Joyce had to come out and actually say something about this, because if there was nothing going on, then there'd have been nothing to say, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, when I didn't think of that at first, I thought about that afterwards. After I'd done the video, I was like, actually, that's a bit weird that they've actually done something. They could have just kept their mouth shut, because, you know, Edwards' mouthpiece is basically Paul Joyce. So all the stuff that Paul Joyce is going to come out with is he's been given the okay to talk about, because he ain't going to do it and ruin his relationship with the club. Even in Somebody LFC, thank you for the sub. Hope you're doing well. So let's get into it then. So basically, Paul Joyce doesn't dance around. He goes straight in on Alexander Isak. He says that Liverpool spent £125 million on him and it's not working. He basically highlights one moment in the first half that sums it up. Salah rolls the ball across the 6-yard box and nobody's there. And that's literally Isak's zone. That's where he lived when he played for Newcastle. But under Slot, he's not pressing. He's not making himself a nuisance. He's barely involved. And the style of play does not suit him. He points out another time as well that Forest were deliberately stopped playing out from the back to avoid Liverpool's press. But in all fairness, do you know what I mean? There hasn't been any press from Liverpool in any game for a long time, so it is what it is. And just to break it all down, he's had one goal in 497 minutes and cost us £125 million. So let's just let that sink in right now regarding that part. Regarding that, the defense. He talks about the defense there, and he says that Liverpool, if they keep going the way they are right now, they're on course to concede 63 goals this season, which they've not conceded an amount as big as that since the mid-1960s. Talks about Konate. Contract talks are dragging on. His form's all over the place, and he got hooked after 55 minutes. Joyce practically said as well that even if Liverpool did announce that he'd signed a new deal today, Liverpool fans wouldn't be excited by it.
No. No.
You've got Joe Gomez, who's barely trusted. He's barely used. Robertson in the last year of his deal. Van Dijk and Alisson are also running down their contracts. Bradley's injured. And Leone is out for the season. And apparently this was meant to be the start of a defensive rebuild, but it looks like an absolute beginning of the job and not the middle of it. The next part, it says that Liverpool were physically weak, losing battles. He hammers home the point that it felt like you were watching games and Liverpool are getting bullied. Cody Gakpo backing out of duels. Forest winning every single battle. Van Dijk saying that they were physically dominant right after the calling the season a mess. Joyce then goes on to say that Slot warned about this back in March, but instead of recruiting power in defence, Liverpool went the opposite way, getting small, technical players like Wirtz, Kerkez, and Thringpong. They're really good footballers, but they don't fix the physical deficiency that the club currently has. He then goes in on Slot, saying that Slot still has the backing of the club. It's been a huge summer of transition, a lot of new faces, a lot of moving parts, but it also can't be ignored that Slot's tweaks are not working. His halftime team talks are not flipping games anymore. His substitutions feel chaotic rather than clever, and we're repeating the same mistakes. Across 30 games, Liverpool have 14 wins, 14 defeats, and 2 draws. That's not title-winning form. That's mid-table inconsistency. He basically says that Slot is identifying the problems, but he's not fixing them. And he just, as he says, it basically just, he says he's got the backing right now, but unfortunately, if Liverpool don't keep winning or don't start winning games, he'll be shown the door. So I think that's quite telling from Paul Joyce. Sean, what's your thoughts on all that?
I mean, he's only stating he's only stating the obvious. He's only stating what you and me and any other channel that are straight up and honest with their views, with their subscribers. We don't pack any punches here, and you'll get honesty, especially you'll get honesty on this channel. It's as simple and straightforward as that. I don't really see anything all that special about that article.
I just want,
yeah,
I just but what I just want to say is, and you are like, there's nothing special in it. I admit that.
Yeah,
but it's just the fact of who it's coming from. Like, if that's coming from Paul Joyce, then that's coming from Michael Edwards.
Yeah, but can I just say something to you on that one? We have such a low expectation of journalism that cover Liverpool, that when they finally come out and actually report, accurate information, we're like, oh, absolutely amazing. This is what they should be doing. This is what they've always tried to do.
I don't think this is Paul. This is what I'm trying to say. This is not Paul Joyce, in my opinion. This is Michael Edwards. I think Michael Edwards is putting it out there as a bit of a warning to Slot. Like, you either sort it or you're gone.
Yeah. Just a note to the chat, we will get to all your comments. Some really, really good comments coming in.
Well, we'll go to them now, mate. We'll go to now. Like,
all right, okay.
We've got some. I'm trying to find out where I'm up to here. So we've got Carl Russell with us. Evening, Carl. Hope you're doing good. I'm all right, mate. I'm kind of a little bit, flummoxed by the whole situation, but we'll see how we get on, I suppose, with everything. Scott says he guesses that Slot isn't signing a new contract then.
He'd be lucky.
I don't think so. Gareth, you never walk alone. Evening, guys. Evening, mate. Steve, if that was a 490 minutes continuous, then I'd be worried. That's a fair point, to be fair. He doesn't play all the time, does he? Jen, Slot is to blame for sure, but the players have to take responsibility for it. Whether they do, that's what I'm going to do, like a couple of videos after the stream, guys. One of them is about Van Dijk, and he basically called out the team. He basically said there's players in that squad that are not playing to their potential and are not even trying.
But I mean, as a captain, we're not blind. Well, I'm nearly blind. I've got Specsavers on Saturday, but we're not blind. We can see what's going on that pitch. So again, as a captain, I'm not going to pat him or Paul Joyce on the back for stating the obvious. These are facts. We can see it.
I do get that, but I just think they don't normally come out publicly, do they, and bash each other?
No, they don't. But it's about time that they did. It's about time we got honesty. And I mean, there's a lot of players that will pussyfoot about the place, even coaches, clubs.
Well, that's what someone was saying actually today. I can't remember who said it. I think it was Martin Keown, because I was listening to a few things on TalkSport earlier on. And he said, like, because there were some Liverpool fans that were just calling in saying this, that, and the other. And he was like, do you know what? Like, going back maybe 10, 15 years, yeah, you'd probably get away with saying shit like that to people.
Yeah.
But in today's era, nah.
No.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
So, yeah.
So, I mean, what I'm saying is correct then. I mean, but we're so programmed into, you know, it's almost like they're reading from a script, and it has to be PC, and it can't upset anybody. I mean, even the head coaches can't say anything about the PGMOL or the officiating because they get fined.
Don't even get me started on what happened yesterday, mate. Like, I just, if there's not like any corruption around Michael Oliver and that what happened,
there is complete and utter corruption.
Let's just keep going through contracts before I get into that.
Yeah.
Not contracts, comments, mate. YNWA 56, Virgil, Kanate, Kirkes, Salah, McAllister are the obvious ones that are having problems with this. It's time to move on from Virgil and Kanate. Should be allowed to leave. We have no answer to Isaac. I agree with. I put out of the 5 players you've listed there, I would sell 3 of them straight up. I'd even potentially get rid of some of them in January. And that is Kanate, Salah, and McAllister.
Wow.
You're not going to get rid. I don't think you get rid of Kirkes because he's just signed, and you know he was the best left back in the Premier League last year. So you're not gonna. You just need to find how to get him going. Is basically what I just think he's been asked to do something that he wasn't asked to do at Bournemouth. And Virgil, you know, he can't fucking defend everybody by himself. Like, you've got Kanate that's just kicking balls left, right, and centre. You don't have a right back, and then you've got Kirkes who's not performing at left back. So you've 3 out of the back 4 are shit. So it's going to obviously affect Virgil's performance as well.
Yeah.
McAllister, I think he has been off for months now. I don't care what people say. I know he had the operation in the summer. But I think towards the back end of last season, he were playing shite. And I just think this year he's been shit. I think he looks lethargic when the game goes on. He doesn't go into tackles half as much anymore, like he's scared of getting injured. But you could say that about a few of the players that play for Liverpool right now. I don't know. I don't know what's happened to McAllister, but he needs to pull his head out of his ass. Otherwise, I'd be selling him. And Mo Salah, I've been saying it for maybe over a month now, mate. I think the team just needs to mature past Mo Salah. I think when he signed that 2-year deal, I think this was always going to be his last year. I don't think they'd ever let him go for a free. I think part of giving him a new deal was to get some money for him. And his performances this year, like if he's not scoring, he's not doing fuck all on pitch. Let's be honest with ourselves. You know, you're playing with 10 men basically if he's not doing anything. People can think I'm being harsh, this, that, and the other. Just because I'm saying that now doesn't mean that I don't appreciate everything he's done for the club. Doesn't mean that he's not a Liverpool legend. You know, he's in the top goal scorers of the club, this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
But there comes a time where you have to move on from certain players. You can't keep playing until you're 50.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the guy's, what is he, 33, 34 now? You know,
34, yeah.
So look at Ronaldo and Messi. They're obviously a few years older than them, but they both left Europe and one's gone to America and one's gone to Saudi. So, and they're like the greatest players to have ever played the game. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think Salah's up there with them two. So I do. If he don't go in January, he goes in the summer to Salah for me. So it's like I say, he either gets dropped or he gets sold. I can't. To be fair, though, I'll just say this: I can't see him getting sold in January because he's going to be at the AFCON. So,
yeah,
I've just remembered that now. But yeah,
yeah,
I can't see that happening. Anything out of that you agree with, disagree with? Anything?
I mean, it's a difficult one. I mean, I was listening to Graham Souness. I was listening to Dunk on Cop Talk and a few other channels and Lancashire Lad and all of that. I mean, they all have pretty much the same opinion, other than Graham Souness and Jamie Redknapp. I mean, obviously, the onus is on the players as well. the unfortunate thing is that if the performance isn't good on the pitch, the person that gets the raw deal is Slot. And that's always been the case.
Yeah, with any team, yeah.
With any team. So that's where we're at now. So I don't know about getting rid of well, I'd say I'd be packing his bags for him. I would be learning how to drive so that I could drive him to the airport. You know,
if I'm just gonna, I think I'm just gonna say this now. Like, I'm gonna lose my shit if he's in the starting 11 for game against Champions League.
He's going to get it. You know that he is going to get starting 11, and this is part of the problem. This is part of the problem. I see Barry or Baz on the chat there. We've had debates about this, and it turns out, and hands up, he was right. He was absolutely right about Slot. He was a bit premature, but I'll go further into that later on in the show. I won't. I'm holding me gunpowder for a second.
Oh, Martin's here. I've just seen him in the bottom corner. Sorry, Martin.
Yeah, Martin asked me for the link. I'll just go down through the comments here. Get those Christmas decorations down.
Shut up, you gerbil.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Barry says we're so predictable, which we are.
We are.
Craig, I just hope the Champions League might help us. I don't know, mate.
No.
Barry, again, our first half performances are just terrible, 100%.
Yeah.
Frankie JD, evening, mate. Hope you're well. Somebody LFC says, get Alonso. Isn't he on the verge of being sacked, apparently, at Real Madrid? I've seen that somewhere.
Let's get him.
Paul Smith, winners are ruthless. Sentiment has no place in our great club. There have been plenty of managers that have been sacked after winning the league. Conte, Mourinho, Ranieri. Good shout, mate.
That's a great point. Welcome to the channel, by the way, Paul.
Ian Taylor. Hey up, lads, bit of a shit show this. I'm really hoping Slot can turn this round. I think we all kind of hope he can, but I don't think it's gonna. Craig again. Also, what's with all this crazy VAR should be right. And I'll get to VAR in a bit. Like, fucking ridiculous. Scott Adam is right though. That's coming straight from the club through Paul Joyce. Somebody LFC again. The owners have to be ruthless with the decisions. We can't continue like this, else we lose out on the top four. I think if that becomes like a possibility, I think he's gone. Like, literally, I think because as bad as as impossible as it may seem, we could still technically win the league if we win every single game. We'd get 90 odd points, 96 points if we won all the games so far.
If my auntie had balls, she'd be my uncle Adam. We would be depending on other teams to slip up at worse than us. So
yeah, no, I'm just saying mathematically. Frankie JD says he has the next 4 to 5 games to see an improvement. If it doesn't change, he'll be gone by Christmas. I agree with that. Craig's got a question. Go on, mate.
I think if we lose against West Ham, mate, he'll be gone.
Depending if I think if we lose against PSV and West Ham, then potentially, yeah. Question, he says, Craig, did Konate really laugh when he was subbed? I think he smirked, when he came off. I don't think he laughed, but I think he smirked a little bit. Yeah.
I just don't think he knows where to play these players. What you need to have I know Verts is injured, but you need to have him more up front than sat holding for Konate's hand.
I'm just laughing at Adam Ross. Adam Ross, welcome to the channel. But I'm laughing at his comment there. It was very funny. I said if I think he's commenting if he did.
Oh yeah. I get it. Did you guys see Sooneth on TalkSport? I didn't know.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
What did he say?
Yeah, I mean, he's just putting the onus on the players. I mean, he took a right dig or a right swipe at them. He says, look, I mean, Slot won the league last season. And just the players aren't doing it for him. The new signings aren't doing it for him. And if they're not doing it for him, they must be held accountable. And
they're not doing it. They're not doing it because they're not getting the service into the box for them.
Well, I've got a few things to say on that, but I'm as I said, I'm holding me powder.
See, it's my fault because obviously I've come on late and I don't know what the script is because I seem to be the forgotten soul.
No,
Mate, you always say you can't do it.
Don't
I've just not been to rugby tonight. I've been for the Chinese, for that's Sean's favourite place.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, if he loses these next two, I think they're gone. And
no, Steve, he did mention the old players, but he did mention the new players as well. He didn't rip into the new players as much, but certainly the old players he did.
I do think that, all due respect to him, I don't think Salah's should be in that starting 11 now. I think he should be a super sub coming on, 60th minute, 65th minute, because to me, it looks like he's had his nose pushed out. Sean, what are you laughing at you?
Scott
He keeps
says,
reading comments further down.
Scott says,
I can't see any comments.
Tune into Adam's weekly hate watch. That's true.
How do I find these comments?
It's just that one there.
I see here. Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of skipping a bit here. Soonest was saying as well as top sport.
Paul Martin.
Jen says we need to pull her. Sorry, go on. Yeah.
You remember whose channel it is, Sean? Oh yeah.
I know, he just goes on about it, doesn't he?
Jen says we need to pull ourselves out of this. Everyone in the club needs to get a kick up the backside. All this talking and words are just that, 100%.
Absolutely.
Paul Smith again. Richard Hughes needs to be shown the door too, as he's out of his depth. Making signings such as Kirkers and Frimpong and prioritising Isak over a centre-back and defensive midfielder says it all. I get where you're coming from, but however, how many of us were absolutely buzzing our tits off after the summer we had?
There were some people buzzing off their tits more than others.
No, you were one of them.
Yeah, but Sean, even you gave it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I give it an 8.
So just because it's all gone Pete Tong right now, I think we can't then go back and revise and be like, because even at the time you said, right, we need a centre back. We needed at least one, right? So you did say that, but then we can't go back and be like, well, we can't sign Verts and Isak and like, guys, this is the thing, right? That's kind of a little bit annoying about that. And this is not aimed at you, Paul, but like, this is the one thing that annoys me sometimes with people, like with some fans, is how many years have we been crying out for money to be spent? Fucking over a decade, right?
Yep.
And then they go and spend over 400 odd million, nearly 500 million, sorry. And then it's like, oh, well, we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, because they're not putting the players in the correct position, and each player is not getting getting fed the ball. So you've got Salah being greedy, trying to take on everything. Kirkez is shooting down. Mate, it's a totally different team. I'm not saying it, right? I am. But Robbo has to be in that. He's got to be there over Kirkez. He's coming into a different system.
I don't think Robbo can play the game.
No,
I know that.
He can play probably 2 in a week, but he can't do 3. He showed that against City.
I get what Paul is saying. I wouldn't put the onus on Richard Hughes because, as Adam said, we've been wanting to spend. We've been asking for the owners to spend the money, and they spent the money. Now, bear in mind, an awful lot of the revenue came from selling players. And we have to look at that. And a lot of the signings were to replace players that have gone. I get that. I give the transfer window an 8 out of 10 because I felt we needed to prioritize on a centre back.
I'll be back in a second. Door's just knocking.
No bother. Oh my God, is he still? That reminds me of like Christmas in the 80s. That sort of what. Honest to God. So I guess where Paul is coming in on this, and also a lot of people are saying, well, what happened to the number 6 role? Should we get a defensive midfielder? We've been talking about that all last season. even with grabs. So there's a few things.
No, I'll give that. I will give that to you. I will give that point that it wasn't perfect. Like we always know that, but just to start turning, and again, not aimed at you, Paul. You didn't do this, but I've seen it online and stuff like that, where people are just like slating Hughes and Edwards now and everything like that, and it's just like, hold on a minute. I bet you were one of those people on Twitter that were like, "Oh my God, we got first! What? We're gonna win the league. We're gonna win it all." Like what, Sean? What was I saying at the beginning of the season when Isak came in? Don't play him.
Don't play him. Yeah. And didn't I say the same thing?
Exactly.
Exactly. Evening, Jay. He says, "Do we see Harvey Elliott back in January?"
No, I don't. I think I've seen something about that where it's not as simple as that. Apparently, he has to. If he plays 10 games or he makes 10 appearances, it's one or the other. Can't remember if he either starts 10 or if he makes 10 appearances, they have to buy him. No matter, it's like So if he makes 10 appearances before January, they have to buy him next summer. I don't know what he's currently at right now. I could have a look. But there again, Harvey Elliott, like, would he want to come back?
But that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. Jen says, Kanate can go. We need Gahey in. I don't agree with Salah or Maka. They need backup. Yeah.
He's only made 4 appearances out of a possible 12.
Steve says Kirkes was voted best left back in the Prem last year. Exactly. Somebody to love. Ace think McAllister has lost his legs. The Premier League intensity has caught up with them. Remember Fabinho. That's a good point too.
Yeah, Fabinho's last season. Everyone were calling for him to either go or.
I think this is going to be Maka's last season.
Yeah.
I think very well be.
He probably goes. I think he goes to Spain. I've always kind of thought he goes to Madrid, but
Jay Garrett says Maka, aka Bambi and Ice.
Yeah. Steve says that Salah should be dropped from the 3rd game. Somebody LSC, Salah has to leave. How can your winger be the highest goal scorer for 8 years straight? No strikers for these 8 years.
Because now the onus is not on him. He's having to do his job properly. He has to pass the ball, and he's not the centre of attention.
Yeah. Miscusi says Blue Shite could go above us tonight in November. That says it all. They could do, yeah.
Jesus, Miscusi.
Scott, fix the structure of the team and we'll see a massive improvement in individual performances. Also, Slot playing players who aren't fit is really not helping. Like, it was a massive risk for him to play Isak at weekend. I don't understand why he did it. I can't get my head around it. I really can't.
Yeah, if you're going to play what Scott just said, then Slot needs to understand that the ball has to go forward, not back.
Oh, Jesus, don't go there. I cannot stand.
I've noticed over the last couple of seasons, mainly last season, and I know it worked last year, but it was a different kind of fish. We played out from Alisson quite a lot, and we've gone, Alisson didn't even kick half of them balls half the time. It was either Van Dijk or Kanate. What's the point of having a goalkeeper on the field then if you're not going to let him kick that ball over? It's just... Yeah. It's going to Kanate, then into midfield, across, and then goes back down. You can guarantee that Alisson gets a kick of that ball more than Salah would in any 45 minutes.
Yeah. And I mean, if you look at like Alisson's assists to even Salah, kicking the ball long, a lot of the goals that we conceded last season were down to the fact that we made mistakes playing from the back, Kanate being one of them. Even more so this season, but that's
Sorry, I'm just thinking then, and this is probably a question for Scott as well because he's probably thinking something along the similar lines. Are we right now in the world of football in a bit of a transition? Because you remember before Guardiola took over Barca, we'd never heard of goalkeepers really playing it out from the back like that, getting involved with the feet and becoming like a bit of an extra defender. Whereas if you look now, Alisson does it, but doesn't do it so much. he got rid of Edison, who did it for him, and brought in Donnarumma, who can't do it anymore. Well, he doesn't do it as well as Edison. Liverpool have signed Mamadashvili, who again ain't the best with his feet like Alisson is. So are we right now, not knowing it right now, in a bit of a football transition on where football's going now, where goalkeepers are just going to be mainly like, you just save the ball, don't do anything else, go back to the old school type of things?
Like that, what you just said there about Edison and what's his name?
Dumanu.
Donnarumma.
Right. Edison, he was a tactical footballer, really, with his feet. Donnarumma, he's a totally different kind of. He can't do his feet. He's more advanced in the air and shot blocking than Edison was. And I see what you mean, yeah. As he brought, is this his way he's going to go forward? Is this way why Mamadashvili's been brought in? Is he getting the players used to be passing that ball back to the keeper so they can find that break and move on? Maybe, yeah. But as champions, this is not the season to be doing it. We have to, go at it. Now, hopefully, we beat West Ham, we beat PSV, and we just go, right, okay, now we've had our little blip. But we thought that against Real Madrid. We thought, right, okay, we've had our blip now. Let's go for it. And then we got turned over.
Well, yeah, but whatever about football and the changes of the game and whatever, we need to know what the fuck we're doing.
The players
before we start worrying about where football is going in the world of football and how the style of football is changing, we need to know what the fuck we're doing.
I'll come back to your comment in a minute, somebody. But I think though, Sean, you might have hit the nail on the head there, Sean. I was like, maybe that's what's the issue. That I'm not trying to defend Slot or anything like that. It's coming to me as we're talking. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe he's trying to change it to match what other teams are doing. But I don't know, maybe he can't do it. Maybe he can't do the change. I don't know.
I think he's trying to bring in, who was it? Is it the Dutch league he came from?
Yeah.
I think he's trying to bring that style of football over and thinking it's different. He won the league over there. He's won the Premier League here. And I think he's trying to bring that kind of team play into the Premier League, which just isn't working.
Yeah. And we've got over 50 people watching us tonight, guys. We only got 20 likes, so make sure you're hitting that like button.
Come on, guys, hit the likes. Join in the chat, folks.
Are you going?
No, I said I'm back. That's why we've got
50.
Right. Gareth says, don't worry, only 5 weeks till January 1st. Sell Canate, buy 2 centre-backs, I wish. Sorry, you wanted to go to somebody.
Yeah, he says, with Salah in this team, it's going to be very difficult for Isak and Ekitike to shine in this team.
Agreed.
Again, we've brought this up before in the past.
And
when we signed Nunes and Klopp first started to try and put Salah out wide more as a bit more of a creative outlet, and his performances dipped. So, like, again, is this what it is again? Because Salah's been asked to do something slightly different to facilitate it for Wirtz or Ekitike or Isak. Then
I think, with all due respect to Salah, what he's done for us as a club, as a player, as he will always have that legendary status. But is this a season too much for him? Is it a season too far, should I say? Should he have gone, or should he go in January? Let's.
He's not going to go in January.
Leave as a hero, and not like, oh, his last season was shit. He just died off. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, go off on a high type thing.
Yeah, go off
on a low. Yeah. I don't want to go back in hindsight and say we shouldn't have given him a contract, because I think we'd have all seen our ass if we'd have just let him go last summer. So I think we did the right thing at the time.
What we wanted. They've spent that. They've given Salah and Van Dijk the stuff. There's nowhere we can blame any of them. Once, and as a Fenway, we come not to pay guy. FSG out and all that. We hated them. I actually I've got a lot of respect for them for what they've done this year. And I'm proud of them. And that's a long thing to say. I've got long face lock and getting closer to the camera because he's gonna say.
What's he doing? What's he doing, man?
I'm trying to sort it out. I don't know why the fuck it's going up like that.
I just feel that the blame that we've got no identity in what we want to do.
Sean, stay away from the light, mate.
I'm what's the guy at a Marvel? Oh God, what the fuck is
Where you
that?
going?
Oh fuck.
Miss Guzzi says, I can't remember who said it, but it sums up our relationship. I'm putting him on mute.
Yeah, put him on mute.
Sums up our relationship with Slot. It's a slow divorce. It is, isn't it?
There's no identity in the team.
Yeah. There's this literally not. Well, I don't even like. I think I said again the other day. I was like, if we
Have you finished?
you started, yeah.
Oh God.
If we go behind by a goal, I just don't think we come back. I think we lose it straight away.
Yeah,
That's my mentality now.
We could always go behind and we'd be like that. Yeah, mate, I'll put me outside. We're gonna score. We're gonna win. But now, he's on. What is he's been on them Jaffa cakes again, hasn't he?
Must have been, mate.
Well, someone said there, what would the starting 11 be? I wouldn't know.
Oh yeah, I've just seen that one. Yeah.
Pick. I
Carl
don't
here, yeah.
him back. That's Sebastian, whatever his name is, the centre back. Is it centre back? The young kid who went out on loan, Basovic. I don't know his name.
Set Vanden, but no,
Baricic.
That's him, yeah.
He's at the club, innit?
Yeah, but I'd get him in now. I can't.
think-
How comes Leone got left out injured? Those at the rest of the season.
He's out for season.
Yeah.
Outfit season.
I think I couldn't give you a first 11 now because I just couldn't do it because they're all as bad as each other. My player of the season so far is Slobozai.
Sabozlai, yeah.
That's
I think he's the only one that is
The only one
trying
that's
week in, week out, isn't he? So yeah.
Yeah.
Gareth says Slot will be sacked. Let's get through some of his comments because we're not going to catch up.
Yeah.
Slot will be sacked regardless what happens in his opinion. Can't see him turning it around. I think you're on the same wavelength as that, aren't you, Sean?
Yeah.
Miscusi, someone said it perfectly about Slot. It's a slow divorce.
Yeah.
YNWA 56. Hughes and Edwards went crazy on Verts and Isak when we needed a holding midfielder, two centre backs, a left and a right-sided winger. They thought all we had to do was outscore teams. 400 million for what? Steve, it's the old players. Soon as ripped. I read that one already. Sorry, mate. Somebody else here agrees with you, Martin. If we lose to West Ham, he'll be gone. Miscusi, the Scouse. Oh, the Greek Scouser is better than Kirkers. I probably do agree with that. To be fair. Jen said we had a great summer. If we had signed Gay, he would have been perfect. Steve Verts, top under 25, number 10 in the world. He is, mate. Like, you don't get the top German player in the Bundesliga 2 years ringing and you're shit. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he's a really good player. Scott, I don't think they prioritized Isak over a defender. We tried to get both on deadline day. One just fell through, which was massively unfortunate. There's a key thing to that, to be fair, where Palace did pull out of the deal at the last minute. So is that on Richard Hughes and Edwards? Is that on Palace? You could turn around and say, well, we could have got it done earlier. But then again, was the terms of the deal, we are not selling him under any circumstances unless we have a replacement in. Like, then Liverpool can't do anything unless they just go for another player. But we know what Liverpool's like. Liverpool wait for the player they want. We did it with Virgil and so on and so forth. So,
sorry, I'm gonna go because Gemma's come back in now. She's got all Christmas presents, and I've got a
Gemma.
All right, man, no worries. Thanks for jumping on, pal.
All right, mate. See you all later.
See you later, mate. Bye-bye. Adam Ross. Remember last year when at the beginning of the season, Salah said Slot tried to play him differently, but then they switched it back to play like he had been. Good shout. Good memory, mate. Yeah. I think that Slot is this season demanding he plays the way Slot wants him to play, and he is struggling with it.
Yeah.
Again, mate, I've not even thought about that. Good shout, man. That could be 100% correct. Kirkes, left back in the Prem of the season. I think he was, mate. Yeah. Frimpong, one of the highest rated right backs in Europe. Jay Garrett, welcome to the Slot era. All the gear, no idea. Paul Smith, I wasn't happy about the transfer window. I didn't want Kirkes or Frimpong. Truthfully, I only wanted Ekitike.
Just
So,
Ekatike.
what would you again, Paul, mate, what would you have done at right back then, mate? Because obviously we lost Trent. And then I guess would you just kept Shimikas and Robbo as the left back options?
So Ramsey and Bradley.
I don't think I'd have. Would you have been happy with Ramsey and Bradley going in this season?
No.
I don't know. Steve Ekatike, one of the highest rated young forwards in Europe. He is. Question: I know Klopp isn't coming back, but do you think he would do better with this current squad? You see, there's going to be. I wondered when someone was going to mention something like this, but I could actually bring this point up. So again, from TalkSport, early on today when I was working, I can't remember what he's called. Simon Jordan, is that his name?
Yeah.
He basically said, because one of the fans that called in said, he won the league with Klopp's squad, right? And he was like, Simon Jordan went, all right, okay then. So he did one better than Klopp then, didn't he? Because Klopp didn't win the league with that squad. So we got to bear that in mind, I suppose. Like, he didn't, did he? If we had the same team for 2 years, Klopp didn't win the league, Slot did win the league. That's the facts. It's the facts. I'm not happy about it, but it's the facts, isn't it? Isak is one of the top strikers in Europe. He is when he's on his day. Slot has made Isak and Wirtz into laughing stocks because he doesn't know how to use them. Isak needs creative wingers. Salah and Gakpo's first instinct is to shoot. Again, maybe that's why we're going for someone like that Semedo then for January or whatever. Maybe that's the plan. Bring in people that are going to supply. Guy Richards says, would you take Xavi? Nah. Michael Corleone again says it's not Hughes' fault. Paul Smith, Slot has managed to make a team worth millions look like relegation fodder. He has. Leone is one of the highest rated under 20 centre backs in Europe. Keep these facts coming for us, mate. Gary, did you mean Xabi? From Miscusi. Only mistake was not getting a starting centre back. Elliott decision was a correct one. He isn't good enough for Liverpool. Curtis Jones could be added to the same as Elliott. I agree. I think Curtis Jones is only being kept around because of the homegrown quota. If we didn't have to do that, then he'd have been gone. Somebody LFC, we were all praising Hughes this summer for the signings. Now Slot is messing up, people blaming Hughes. It's crazy. LFSG 288, sorry, mate. I should have just said Callum. Sign Elliot Anderson. I'm not stopping halfway through saying your name, mate. Elliot isn't even making the Villa's bench, says Carl. Slot failing to trust the bench is costing us. Elliot, Kwanzaa, and even Morton moved on. Morton said he was disappointed not playing the PSV game last season. Michael again, I'd guess Salah has minutes clause in his contract if he plays. Isak needs creative wingers. It's simple for your Gakpo and Salah, then Ekatike works better because he drops deep. Scott, I think now there's a lack of goalkeepers who can play with their feet, even seeing centre halves taking goal kicks more often, which we do.
Good point.
YNWA, Edwards would have told Slot play Isak because Edwards would have told FSG Isak is the one. Potentially as well. I've seen claims that people think that potentially Slot's been asked to play a type of football that he doesn't want to play. But again, is that just people making up excuses? I don't know. Ekatike is the main number 9. He has to be used properly. None of this dropping deep shite. We didn't complain though when Firmino was doing it. I will just say that. Michael again. Josh from Redmen TV says this season will be a lot of false dawns, and he's bang on. Yeah, well, it has been, hasn't it, mate? Especially with the Real Madrid game and stuff. Steve again, Ekatike drops deep by his own choice. He always has. Scott, think I saw that stat that we've created the most chances from open play this season. Don't know if that's a good thing. Adam, Alisson is better than Mamadashvili at shot stopping as well. Mamadashvili was offered to Liverpool to help Valencia balance their books based on his Euros. They think he'll be good in the future. 100%. 100%. YNWA, I never thought I'd miss Nunes. He caused problems. He did. He actually did. Carl, we haven't even answered your question yet, mate. What is your ideal starting 11?
I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. Is Verts, how long is he out for?
He might be back next week, I think.
I'd put him on the right-hand side. I'd drop Salah. I would drop Konate. I would probably have Bradley's out. Ramsey, you could put a right back. Or you could put Gomez. I would get rid of Konate. You could put Robbo there and Kirkez at left back. Dominic and Grav, I'd put there. Verts. I don't know. I really don't know. I'd play Ekatike all day long. I wouldn't play Isak.
Okay, mine would be obviously Ali. Don't even have to say that name. I'm picking my team for PSV. So it'd be Ali, Ramsey, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robbo, Grav, Dom, Verts. If he's fit, I don't think he will be, but let's just say he is. Verts. And then on the other side, Gakpo, and then I would play Ekatike and Isak together up top. See how they get on together. Somebody LFC, if Salah is a world-class player like people think, he should be able to change his game to satisfy the team and not vice versa. Again, mate, got good takes today, pal.
Jesus.
The team has always provided for Salah, hence why he scored all these goals. Without the goals and assists, Salah is non-existent. We'll find that out this season, mate. Found that out. Sean's on mushroom, says Cranky JD. Steve, that's due to the fact we have no leads in the team. Somebody else agreeing with Paul that I've never seen him as that either. People just gas this player because of the GA. Adam, he's still hurt. Who's still hurt? I can't remember that. We'll talk about that, mate. I wonder if that's about Verts. I'm not sure. Scott, 4-3-3 from last season. Don't try and fix what's not broken. What's that?
Savage Beast said you look like this guy. Come on.
I don't even know who that is.
I had to Google him. Anyway, sorry.
Cranky JD, apparently Kwanzaa is tearing it up and the framework is in place for him to re-sign 2027. Yeah, I've seen that, mate. He's in the England team ahead of Trent as well, isn't he? Ian King, we have 6 players who made the PFA team of the year last season and on current form barely better than Wolves despite spending despite them not spending no balance, no chemistry, no systematically flawed. Doug, apparently Gio is under consideration for the Indonesian manager. Yeah, I've seen that, man. Not too sure what that's about, if it's true or not. I think it came from was it Indy? I'm sure it came from Indy. That if it happens, it happens.
All of a sudden, Indy is like the guy to go.
Yeah. Jack, how you doing, pal? It's not all bad. You could be Leeds like me.
I'll tell you one good thing that Leeds have got.
3 points against Liverpool.
Emma Louise Jones.
Oh.
Emma Louise Jones.
Charles, Adam and Sean, how are you? Are Liverpool fans reached a point where they acknowledge that last season was a self-driven, motivated team rather than Slot? Or when will LFC acknowledge by December or Jan?
Now that's
go on, you take this. You take this when I've been speaking for a bit.
So that's a good point. And I saw a comment there, some video there. I saw a clip of it where they were saying, look, Slot didn't have much to do the season that he won the league, and now when he's been asked to do something and bring in his own players and put his own touch, he hasn't a clue. That is what's been said. I don't know whether you can say it's a fluke, or when does it reach the point where they acknowledge that it was self-driven, motivated team rather than Slot. I can't say that Slot didn't have any say in it. Slot made Gravenberch the best defensive midfielder in the world. I mean, Zubimende, who? I mean, we didn't need Zubimende by the time we got Grav there, and Grav played an amazing season. So I think you can, there has to be some acknowledgement for Slot and what he did last season. You can't just dismiss that. I think it's a lot harder to come into a side where it's not your own. You didn't bring in any players. You have Mohamed Ashvili that was on loan, and then you have Chiesa, who he's got this ongoing love-hate relationship at the moment. But he didn't bring any players in, so it was very difficult for him to add his touch to it. And like Klopp said, he didn't need to do much, but what he did was he made Gravenberch, he reignited his whole career at Liverpool, and he made him the best defensive midfielder out there. So yeah, I don't agree that I wouldn't dismiss what Slot did last season.
Sorry, I missed it. If Gio goes, then I'd bring back Heitinger. I think Heitinger needs to come back anyway, mate. Gerson, if Paul Joyce treat the club can't keep losing, then it means they've made a decision to replace Slot. It could be in the next 2 weeks. Yep.
Good point.
Yeah, man. Adam, not sure why Frimpong gets slated for his time so far. He literally hasn't played enough time to judge him. Obviously, it's not good. He's hurt all the time, but he will come through that and be fine.
Yeah.
Mate, it's amazing how he hardly got injured at Leverkusen, like literally ever, and then came to Liverpool and he's had 2 pretty serious hammies.
Yeah.
Like, mad. Michael again. He won the league because Arsenal and City dropped off to 73 points. Klopp had to beat City 90 point seasons all the time.
You see, I don't agree with that. The greatest respect, Michael, because I don't want to disrespect the family. I disagree with that. I think you can only face the clubs that you're faced with, and whatever state that they're in is up to them. You could say the same with Arsenal, that Man City, Liverpool have taken a drop in form, so therefore do they not deserve it, or is there any less credit given because there's been a drop off in performance with City and Liverpool? I don't agree with that.
Gerson again, Klopp turned average players into superstars while Slot turned world class players into average players. So to a certain extent, I suppose, but we were kind of praising him last year for improving some players as well. So obviously this year has not gone the way we expected it to go, but yeah, I can kind of see that. Maybe it's a system thing, mate. Like, because he did improve some players last year. To be fair to him, Gravenberch, like, he wasn't doing what he was doing when Klopp was there. Sorry. So yeah, that's just one player I can think of straight off the top of my head. Steve, why does everyone scream for Rio to be playing? Do you want him to be finished by the time he's 25? Fair choice. I don't even know what the hell that is. Razamata.
I Google it. It's his Twitter handy, but his name is Ryan. And I didn't know who he was talking about, so I was Googling while you were talking. And I was listening, of course. But then I Googled it, and
I tried to Google it, and the only thing I can see is dance groups.
Yeah, I saw dance groups as well. Just type it. It's not Razamata Dam. He's just saying Dam as in he's your, double.
Bless him. Must have the good genes then, I suppose. Don't know who he is. Steve, with the players we currently have, Ali Kirkes, Verge, the T Lady, Ramsey, Grav, Maka, Dom, Verts, and Ekitike, and Isaac. That's his starting 11. Gerard says try 4-4-2, try it.
Yeah.
Jay, wouldn't be any point of trying to... I can't talk tonight. Wouldn't be any point of trying to the starting 11, Arnie Hodgson would just pick the same side every week. Gary, my team: Ali, Gomez, Van Dijk, Kanate, Robbo, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Jones, Kirkez, Ekitike, Chiesa. Cranky, get rid of Rio and get Heitinga. Oh, Gio and get Heitinga back. Yeah, 100%. Somebody LFC lost our identity under this manager. Now we don't even know what we are anymore. Klopp turned us from doubters to believers. Now the doubts are coming. That is a good shout, mate. Adam won Ross. His ideal 11 would be Alif, Frimpong, Gomez, Virgil, Robbo, Grav, Maka, Saboz, Verts, Ekitike, and Salah. Red Ring 97. Hope you're doing well, pal. Steve, I'm still looking at the fact I believe that the old players are pissed off over the new signings. It's them that are not turning up. Somebody else says he's sorry, Sean. I think Klopp left the ship on autopilot mode for the slots last season. Now he's changing the system. We are shit. Good point, mate.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. Somebody LFC. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I think if you compare Fergie and how he left United and Klopp and how he left Liverpool, Liverpool were left in a very, very good position and were title contenders before Slack ever came in. So I agree to some extent, but like I said, you're managing and you're coach of not your team. And he played a different style of football where, number one, we didn't get as many injuries. And number two, we saw Gravenberch reignite his career. He undoubtedly was the best defensive midfielder out there. So I think credit where credit is due. I think, yes, Klopp did well and he left the club in a great position. Slot did what he had to do to get us over the line.
Yep. Scott says Slot would have got over 90 points if required last season. We backed off after we won the league.
Yeah. Good point.
Eddie, hope you're doing well, mate. Not long time no see. Can't keep using the Diogo death as an excuse. He lost his wife 8 years ago. Sorry, pal. Sorry to hear that. When I don't use it as an excuse. I have to carry on every day. And I was closest to her than they would have been Diogo. Fair point, man. I mean,
that's a hard hitting comment, Eddie, and again, our condolences to you. That puts things into perspective. You know.
Yeah, it's kind of struggling how to comment back to that, pal. But yeah, Sean, I said it best just then. But you are right in what you're saying. To be fair, to a certain extent, I would say with the players. Eventually, like you say, you've got to still go to work, haven't you? You still got to pull up your bootstraps and get on with it, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, Eddie, I don't know whether you were around for some of the comments that I made over the whole Jota thing, and is that the reason that we're performing so badly? Not that I lost a wife or anything like that. I've not been married, but my company, the company I work for, and someone that I trained in, he passed away rather tragically, and that was 4 or 5 months ago, so it's still very raw. And it was it was in around when Jota passed away, strangely enough. And we did our bereavement thing. We went to the funeral, and we clock in at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we clock out at 5 o'clock. We're still expected to do the job. You could say that this passing of Jota is not exclusive to Liverpool. You have to think of his family first and foremost. Diego's wife and kids. You have to think of his parents, who lost 2 boys that night. You have to think of his Portuguese teammates, former teammates from other clubs. You have to look at Milner, Kelleher, Robbo. I mean, they qualified for the World Cup Scotland, and you could say, well, if they didn't, maybe that was down to Jota. So it's very, you can't be using it because then if we were winning, you could say, well, that's for Jota too. and I think we can't use it. We can't use it.
Yeah, man. I'm just sorry, I was got distracted by there's a video that's doing the rounds now. It's come out about half hour ago. Jamie Carragher talking about Slot. I haven't watched it all. It's nearly 3 minutes long, but he basically just says the caption is Slot doesn't have the unconditional love that Klopp had.
Well, how could he? How could he? This is his second season, Carragher. So how could he? I've got it. Do you want to maybe look at the video and go on away?
Yeah, I'll watch it and then you keep. Yeah. Nice one. Yeah.
Now, guys, hopefully it won't be zooming in, zooming out. Hit that like button, folks. Ian King says defending champions now reinventing. Scott says Slot made subtle changes last season, which took the team from third to champions. Absolutely. Ian King, I think he changed his comment there. Where are we? Defending champions, now we reinvented ourselves as the new United. Gary Richards says my concerns were in the Bournemouth game. Slot out by Gary Richards and somebody LFC. Jay Garrett says the things that really pisses me off is that agreed he can manage these players the club brought in, and we spunked years of transfer drought. Buddy 74, welcome Buddy. Play 442, Diamond, Frimpong, Gomez, Virgil, Robbo, Gravenberch, Jones, Slaboslai, Verts, Ekatike, and Isak up front. Got plenty cover in midfield. I agree with that to a certain extent. I think maybe drop Isak for a bit and maybe put Chiesa there. Jagar says I don't want them think I want them to play football, not this shit. Steve says they aren't using it. The only time it's mentioned was by Robbo after they qualified, i.e. in a good moment. Yeah, I agree. I think it's mostly pundits and certain people that were commenting on it. I don't think any of the Slot or any of the players mentioned it or used it. I think there was a subtle kind of hint of what happened during the summer by Virgil, and that was about it. Jagar says Slot doesn't have a fucking clue, never mind the love. Adam One Ross, it's clear based on his time in charge that Klopp wouldn't have wanted as many changes all at once. I think that was made very clear in interview with a CEO. A few key pieces in 3 or 4 windows, and keeps the identity of the team, gives them time to bed in. That's a good point. Gary Richards says Slot has learned fuck all. Somebody says under Klopp we had a clear identity and style of play with intensity. What is our intensity with Slot? Steve Mack says just curious, but does anybody think the 4-2-3 is coming to an end throughout football? Good point. Anthony Williams says hypocritical. How do you see this playing out? Or hypothetically, sorry, how do you see this playing out? If you were in FSG's shoes, would you sack him? And if so, who do you get? That's the $1 million question, Anthony. And I might wait for Adam to come on to this. He's listening to what Carragher said. And in fact, here he is now.
Sorry, mate. Say that again.
So I've just gone through all of the comments. You can thank me later. There was one comment there that I wanted to just bring up with yourself. But before we do that, we can talk about Carragher and what his comments were.
So there's another video as well. It's like 7 minutes long, and I'm not watching all that on while you're doing the stream, mate. But he basically says Slot doesn't have the unconditional love that Klopp had, which I already mentioned. Carragher can't see him getting sacked. However, he did say that people close to Carragher have been talking about it and he's shocked by it. Like, so his family, his basically his family and his friends have been saying, like, we should sack him. We should sack him. They showed a graphic that showed the first 50 matches in the league. He is joint top with King Kenny on 102 points. However, Slot has 31 wins and Kenny Dalglish had 30 in 1985. Carragher also called out Salah, saying he only comes out and speaks to the media when he's either got man of the match or he needs a new contract. I would like to see him come out as a leader of the team and not leave it all to Virgil.
I think that's piss poor. He doesn't.
Mate. Nah.
Does Salah really come out and only when he's looking for a contract or when he gets man?
All right, so tell me a time during this period where we've gone through all these losses that you've seen Mo Salah come out.
I haven't seen him
exactly.
this season. I haven't seen him this season. But to suggest that throughout his entire career at Liverpool that he's never come out and had a chat about a game, unless he's looking for a contract or he's getting, player of the match. I don't agree with that.
I also saw that as well when I was doing the rounds. Apparently, there's a fair few reports coming from Spain that there's a lot of players for Real Madrid that want Alonso sacked, so he could be shown the door.
There was a comment there by Anthony Williams 9733. Hypothetically, how do you see this playing out if you were in the shoes of FSG? Would you sack him? And if so, who would you get?
So how do I see this playing out? Okay. So I think we beat PSV, right? But then I think we get done by West Ham. Right? I then think Sunderland draw with us in the midweek game the week after. I then think we beat Leeds, and then I think we get absolutely battered by Inter Milan. So I don't know, man. I think he stays until at least January. Like for those people out there that are thinking like there's going to be like a quick thing here, like I don't think so. Like I just don't. I think we could be going through this for another couple of months. Who would I want in if he did get the sack? There's nobody that's available right now that I'd want. I think if you get to the end of this, if you were to get to the end of this, you'd probably bring someone as an interim, right? So maybe you bring in someone like
Heitinger,
maybe, or you give it to Steven Gerrard to end its season, but not like as in like he comes in knowing that he's not the long-term manager. Do you know what I mean? Just someone that to like steady the ship and like get the fans back on side. You know, kind of like what Kenny Dalglish did when we got rid of was it Hodgson? Mm-hmm. No, was it? Yeah, was it Hodgson?
Well, he was given a contract then at the end of it.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. Like he was initially brought in as like someone to just steady the ship. And then, so let's just say at the end of the season, you give it to Gerrard to end of the season, and then you're looking for somebody to come in. The three names for me that are at the top of that list are I've got four managers I'd be looking to get would be if Xabi Alonso gets fired by Real Madrid, he'd be one. Areola at Bournemouth because his contract's expired and I think he's pretty decent. But again, is he in the same mold as Slot? Like, he's never managed players with a big ego, this, that, and the other. Like, I don't know. If you can get Luis Enrique out of PSG, I think he would be number one. But I don't see that happening. Julian Nagelsmann from the German national team. And then two other ones that I would also at least want to speak to would be Cesc Fabregas from Como. I think he's doing an amazing job there. And I would also look at the lad from Stuttgart. Let me have a look at his name. I always mess his name up.
What about Sean Dyche?
No. Sebastian Hunes from Stuttgart. This lad, he's 43, he's older than me. This guy, he was basically pinpointed as I've said this before, he was pinpointed as the guy, to be the heir apparent to Klopp. If you wanted a like for Klopp, he was like the guy you go for. So,
can I give my take on what Anthony Williams said? Because I've notes here, and I must say,
go for it. Yeah.
The live stream has been absolutely incredible with the amount of comments. The way I look at it is this: it's a results game at the end of the day, and what has happened in the past has happened in the past. And as someone said, he wouldn't be the first manager that has lost a job after winning the league. Do I want him to leave? Do I want him to get sacked? Absolutely not. I will back Arne Slot for as long as he's head coach. But at the end of the day, back 2 months ago, we were talking about, or 2.5 months ago, we were talking about bad day in the office, 3 losses. And I was talking to Baz or Barry there that was on the chat there a while back. And he was calling for Slot out then, which I disagreed. Now, if you look at it and compare like for like, this time last season, 12 games. This season, we have conceded 20 goals. 20 goals. Last season, we conceded only 8. Last season, after 12 games, we had 31 points. This season, we have only 18. Out of 11 games in all competitions, we've only won 3 games. Out of all the games we've played, we've questioned the style of football, the tactics, and the formation. Naturally, the loss of Diego was horrific, but a head coach running out of ideas or has no ideas can't help either. And I don't think that Diego's passing should be used at all. And the only people that are using it are pundits, reporters, ITKs. I mean, where as a fan base are we willing to draw the line and say enough is enough? When are the owners going to say, well, yeah, now it's time to go? How far can the credit of winning the league last season get him? How can it get him any for? Where do we say, well, right, credit is now used. We're now looking at this season. We're up shit's creek. Now, a poll that I put up there on Instagram, I put up 2 polls, one on Instagram and one on Facebook. So the poll I put in is basically Slot out, Slot in. So for Slot in on the Instagram, there was 11 votes. 38% of the votes went to Slot in. For Slot out on Instagram, 18 votes, 62% said Slot out. Now, the Facebook post, Slot in, 28 votes, 66%. Slot out, 14 votes, 33%. So, the fan base is split. But I don't want to see Slot lose his job, but I also want the best for the club. And you've got to look at what have we learned from the games we've lost? Has there been any changes to the team through the tactics that would make you believe that we can get out of this rut?
No, not really.
And if that is no, then are we delaying the inevitable? And if we're going to delay that, are we prepared to drop further down near the fucking relegation zone? Is that how far we're willing to go? Is this where the credit, that we're willing to give him of winning the Premier League last season? Like I said, I'm not calling for Slot out, but I just don't think he can turn it around. And it's sad. It really is sad that we've gotten to this stage. At the start of the season, we were talking about, yeah, we'll definitely win the league. We'll definitely win the league. I mean, look at the rival fans were saying the same thing. Goldbridge, all of these people were saying the same thing. Now, another take that I have on this is, did Richard Hughes bring in players and positions that perhaps Slot didn't want?
No.
And I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't believe that. But I don't think Slot knows how to play all of them. I don't think he knows where to play Wirtz. I think there's some unease there. I think Isak is running around like a headless chicken. He's not had a pre-season, and it shows clearly both at international level. Why drop Ekitike just to fit in Isak?
No idea.
When we knew that he wasn't. So there's been a lot of question marks over the style of football, how high up in the pitch, and how we commit to their half and then leave ourselves short in defence, leave ourselves vulnerable in the counter. Jamie Carragher mentioned that at the start of the season. So this can't be put into the context, well, they're grieving. People lose, and I'm not trying to be insensitive, but as Eddie clearly said, people lose their loved ones every day of the week. And there's a time where, the initial period of loss is horrific. And it still will be when you have the first game, the first training session, the first whatever Christmas party without him. Of course, all of these things affect you. But remember when we won the league last, Klopp lost his mother. Alisson lost his father. I'm not too sure it was the season before, but Diaz wasn't playing at the time, he wasn't playing at the time. But I mean, my point is that there's bound to be loss at some stage in players' lives, and obviously, the whole Jota thing and Andre Silva thing was horrific, but it wasn't exclusive to Liverpool Football Club. And the Portuguese could, the international team could say, well, that's down to Jota. That's down to Andre Silva, the loss of those two. They're not saying that. So I don't think that can be used. I think what we're looking at is tactics, formation, and not knowing where to play, who to play where. I think that's what the main issue is. Who we bring in, I have no idea. Who's available?
I've seen some comments down below where I can't. Sorry, mate. I'm just trying to figure this bit out here. And where someone said, if you say there's no one out there, then you're kind of giving him a bit of a lifeline. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry.
No, I don't think we're giving him a lifeline. I think put Stevie G as intern. Bring in Heitinga and have him as intern. You don't necessarily need to get in.
Yeah.
Hello, Odette.
You can't say there's no one. There's always someone. As it is, it just gives Slot a lifeline. Slot has to go. It's only going to get worse. You have to beg Klopp to come back for 6 months. It's not going to happen, guys. Klopp ain't coming back. He's not coming back, guys. Scott says, I'm not going to lie, if Alonso is sacked, I'd love to bring him in. He knows the league. Also, we have Frimpong and Wirtz who played under him. I'll start from the bottom, work my way up. Jay, it's so bad now for Slot that even if he wins a couple of games, the next one he loses, all the fans will be back on the Slot out train. Anthony, thinking with Gerrard as interim is if he does well, then the clamour for him to get the job full time. I don't like to sack the manager, but if it continues this way, it has to change. Kenny caretaker again. No, can't do that to him, mate.
No.
I think the thing is though with Gerrard, again, I think if there is an appointment and he does come in, I think you literally just have to turn around and be like, and Gerrard has to say it as well, like, look, under no circumstances, even if I win every single game, am I staying as manager? I am in to steady the ship. That's it.
Can I just read Odette's thing? I know that you're working up. I love Jota and he'll always be a legend, but to use him is a feeble excuse. If they aren't up to playing, pull them out, give them support and counsel. Sorry, Ronaldo lost a child and he got on with his life. Well, first of all, I don't think any of the players have talked about it. I think Virgil was the only person that kind of spoke out and maybe hinted at it. Salah obviously was very upset. Robbo had made some comments there after Scotland qualifying. I think he made a comment after a game, but I don't think that any of them have used it as an excuse. As I said, I think it's just pundits and journalists that are covering Liverpool. I don't think it's the players themselves, but I just think we need to get rid of that myth. Obviously, they carry that and they will carry that, but that should really spur them on. And that sounds insensitive, but you know what I mean. I'll go through the comments here. Odette again says, or Steve says, out of debt, he took Klopp's team from third to first. Why are the players clueless? Because the NGR and his team, his coaching team, are out of their depth and just haven't got the balls to make difficult decisions. The Jota stuff, is a smokescreen. David Crompton says, I won't accept nothing more than him leaving. Has far enough. It's gone too far. Ekatike needs to be the vocal point of the team, says Gary Richards. My camera .1 says, if Slot in, we will be in League 2 soon. Somebody to love. Shano says, Shano, you don't want him to lose his job, but you can't accept us losing more games. So we'll keep Slot. No, I don't want him to lose his job. I don't want us to lose games. So I'm saying Slot out. That's what I mean. Odette says, I do want Slot sacked. He disrespects the club and the fans and shows how much he is committed to going to Dubai on holidays. He is arrogant and out of debt, and as a result, business. Sorry, no sentiment. I think that's something that Adam had brought up a couple of times, and I get that. My camera .1, welcome to the channel, and Odette as well. He had no idea about change. Steve says, I'll put it simple. If Slot goes, I won't be watching us until Maka, Verge, and Salah are out of the club. Okay.
Wow.
That's a... Jay Garrett says, remember Robert Di Matteo won the Champions League and Chelsea still gave him the bullet. Slot will be sacked, says Gary Richards. Raymond says Liverpool Chiefs are busy looking for a replacement for Slot. I'm trying to see where. Can you see where we ended up at?
Nah, mate.
Guys, we're really sorry. We're trying to go through all of the comments there, and they're just flying.
It's fine, don't worry. We'll keep going from where we are, man, at the bottom, because we'll probably think. Where are we up to? Great stream as per usual, guys. I always try and catch this 7 p.m. slot, either live or the day after due to work. Thank you, man. No worries. We appreciate everyone's support. Richard Red, sorry I'm late. Hi, Adam and Sean. I hope you lads are going well. I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing good.
Blessing, guys.
Blessing, guys. For the show today. Great concert. Yeah, cheers, man. Thank you for that. Guy Richards, this is how the Flying Orange Men play. I think that's what Martin said, didn't he? Martin mentioned about getting them to play like the Dutch.
I thought we were talking about the other Orange Men, which wouldn't go down too well with me.
Yeah. Scott, not heard a single player or coach using Jota as an excuse for lack of form. We should focus on what we see on the pitch, but at the same time, be a bit sensitive with the criticism at a time due to it. Great point, man. Eddie, I don't mean to cause an argument of the whole Diogo thing, and I also agree with what we should bring Stephen. You didn't cause an argument, mate.
Didn't cause an argument at
Don't
all.
worry,
You
pal.
made a very, very valid point, Eddie. So not at all.
Adet, I mean, pundits, not players, as you say. I'm surprised FSG have allowed this to drift. I heard Werner was at the game. He was at the game. We have Chiesa on 140 a week. Why not playing? And Gomez not fit, but on the bench. That the last two bits there, like, I don't understand the whole Chiesa bit. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't get me. I've said to you before, Sean. He must be doing something behind the scenes with someone that Slot's related to. I just can't. I can't get my head around it. Can't get my head around
Richard
it.
the Red.
Gomez as well. Again, I always have the sentiment that if someone's on the bench, they should at least be fit enough to play 90 minutes, because if you needed, if Virgil got crocked, if Kanate got crocked, then you're going to have to put Gomez on. And if he ain't fit to play, then what's the point? So, Steve, I'm sick of players not bothering to turn up. It's always the manager that gets it in the neck. Richard the Red, I would give him 3 more games to prove himself, tactics and the team. Buddy74, Indy has major news between Real Madrid and Liverpool at 9 p.m.
Does he? Fuck.
We'll see, man. Sean knows what I think, that Indy's not run by the same people anymore. I think it's under new ownership. That page, and I think it's got something to do with a couple, 2 or 3 people who are actual journalists. I think they now run that page, and that's all I'll say. Gary Richards, Dirt Cout? Nah, mate.
No.
His tactics, his reasoning, his obsession about PSG and City is odd. He has lost the dressing room and seems lost. Isaac, Verts, Maka lost. Paul Harvey wasted out on loan. I just think Slot's looking way out. Yeah, man. I don't know what else to say. You've said everything pretty much there. Like, I think it's pretty much. I don't know anymore. It's a tough one. Well, it's not a tough one because, you know, if the results keep going the way they are, then just sack him, get it over and done. We rip the band-aid off. You know, I'm one of those people that's like straight to the point. I don't want to dilly-daddle about something. Just give it, you know. just do it. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to do it. Stop fucking about. But at the same time, you have to have some sort of plan. And the whole thing that came out today from Paul Joyce with the article, it sounds like a warning to him from Edwards. And at the same time, if there was no, what's the saying? Is it no smoke without fire?
No smoke without fire, yeah.
If there was nothing going on, or there was no worry at the club, they'd have said nothing. The fact that something's come out to me says that there is worry at the club behind the scenes. Slot, what said about Gomez that he's hardly played this year, played 2 90 mins in the past 10 days, hence on the bench. He's hardly played though, Steve, as well, man, because Slot don't play him. He can't play if he's not picked. But again, he's always injured. So yeah, it's one of those. Jay, things are that bad. I can't believe I'm saying I want Gerrard in the main seat. Then again, I'd never miss a game out of choice. Gary, how many goals Isak and Ekitike in the league this year? I don't think Isak gets 10 goals in the league this year. I think Ekitike could get about 15. But then again, everyone's banging on about how good Ekitike is. If I remember correctly, he's not scored a goal for 7 games now.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I mean, you got to play them in the correct position. You then the players have got to support them. And if they can't string a pass together from defense to midfield and are losing, you know, the second ball, then how do you expect Ekitike to do it all by himself? You know?
True, man.
It's a shit show, man. It's an absolute shit show. But I'm just looking at the football here just while we have you on.
Adeta, who was lucky guy, tweaked Klopp's team, got lots of money, quality players, just destroyed the culture, the style of play. What do they do on the training ground? Can't defend, just slow, predictable. JG, have you ever seen the waterboarding? The coach has a meltdown. He's wearing high heels, talking to his nan on an unplugged phone. That's Slot right now.
Gonna play some football. Bobby Boucher.
Slot. Sorry. They won't score goals with the winners. We have plus this tactics. We don't know what it is exactly, man. Steve, Buddy. We are now.
Yeah, I'll just give you an update. So Everton are beating Manchester United 1-0 at the moment, and they have a player sent off in the 13th minute, which now puts Liverpool Football Club in 12th place. So in 10th place, United. In 11th place, Everton.
Oh, God.
In Liverpool, 12th place.
Do you want me to give you like a little this is doing the rounds on social media. So I don't know what website they've pulled this from. They've not shared it on the picture, but there's like a picture. It's like a preview of the Liverpool PSV game. Yeah,
go on.
And it says for Liverpool, haven't scored in their last 2 games. PSV haven't lost a match in 11 games.
I'm panicking, guys. I'm panicking. I mean, now to me, after looking at that, I'm calling for Slot. I think it's gone too far. I mean, it's just gone too far. Imagine, like, okay, I understand what Adam is saying about Gerrard, but can you imagine Gerrard in his first training session as head coach, interim head coach? He'd be putting the fucking shits up them. He's not a great manager, but as an interim, and the fact that it's at Liverpool, I think it has to happen. It has to happen. Being fucking behind fucking Everton and Manchester United has to happen. We're 12th. We're 12th. Let that sink in. We're 12th.
As it stands.
It can. I love it. Can continue. It can.
We've been going for over an hour and a half, Sean. Is there anything else you want to bring up?
It's been a fantastic stream, guys. We really appreciate your involvement. Sorry we couldn't get through all of the comments. I'd like a poll, to be honest with you, and I want to see what people think. Sack Slot, or no, how would I say it? Has Slot till the end of this week or the end of the season? Or can you put in 3?
Oh, you might do a poll right quick.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just thinking. I thought you were asking me the question.
End of the week, end of the year, or end of the season?
What should I put? Slot lasts until
Slot reminds
her of the week. January, shall we say?
Yeah. When's the West Ham game?
Saturday, I think. Or is it Sunday? January, and then end of the season.
Thank you, somebody. It's great having you on.
Oh, I could put 4 options in. I'll tell you what then. I'll put that in. I'll put that one.
Wait till the poll comes up, David.
Oh, spell that wrong. Right. Boom. So you've got Slot lasts until end of the week, Christmas, January, end of the season.
Now, and the poll is, what would you do?
He lasts until.
Jesus, the votes are. There's only 7, 6, 8. Come on, lads. There's 33 people on the chat. Give the chat a like, folks. Oh, there's 38 likes, so we're doing all right. Interesting. Odette says there's always someone to take the job, but longer it goes on. If I was Gahey or Simeon, I wouldn't be coming. Yeah, that's a good point too.
I'll give it a couple more minutes on the poll. Just trying to see what else. While we're waiting for that poll to end, have you seen the? Did you see the Arsenal goal yesterday?
No.
That was allowed to stand.
No. No, I don't think so.
I don't know if I can show it. I'd probably get
a
strike. So basically, Arsenal score, and there is 2 Arsenal players stood right in front of the goalkeeper like that, right? And it goes in. Michael Oliver's referee.
Oh, but of course it is.
Goal stands. Don't get reviewed. No nothing. No bullshit. No, right? And then obviously, Dermot, or is it Dermot or Gallagher or something like that? Him who does the ref
Dermot
thing on
Gallagher,
Monday.
Yeah.
He turned around and said, "Well, if you're going by the letter of the law and you're doing what happened the week before, then you have to give it as offside." But apparently, he was told that basically because the 2 Arsenal players were running out of the way, and as the ball came, it kind of did its thing, then they weren't affecting play. But Robbo doing this is affecting play.
Me arse. Sensei Trillionaire 114 says Slot's not going anywhere. Klopp lost 6 games. New managers could make it 10 times worse. Look at United. That's a good point, but
what makes a new manager make it do it worse? Give him 5 reasons. Somebody else, he wants 5 reasons for what could it be, what could make it worse. I'm going to end the poll now. So, where's it gone?
Jay Garrett wants to use the poll to hit some sense into Slot. End of the week, 47%, if you say that. Christmas, 33%. End of the season, 20%. January, 0%.
Oh, so he's either gone within the next month, or he don't go at all. Basically, is what it is. Interesting.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And I mean, there's so many different views between Facebook and Instagram. That poll, crazy, absolutely crazy.
Right, guys. I'm going to jump off. I've got a couple of videos I want to bosh out tonight for you to go and watch afterwards as well. Thanks for all jumping on and joining. We've had a really good stream tonight. We've had some new faces fun as well. Somebody LFC, Adetta, just to name a couple. Red Rain as well, yeah. Just to name a couple of you. Thanks for joining. Make sure you stick around for the other streams and everything like that, and the videos that'll pop off later off tonight. And go on, Sean, you do it. You're better than me.
And if you want to join the VIP membership, $199 to $299 per month, where you have access to our after hours videos, where there's no punches packed there. We just go full on. Some really, really good interviews there as well. If you join the membership, $199 to $299 per month, you're in a monthly draw where you could get the chance to win Sean Leonard art portraits and characters. Be sure to check him up on Instagram or Facebook, Sean Leonard art. Tell him that AKMLFC sent you. He's done a fantastic drawing there of Virgil van Dijk at the parade. He didn't draw a picture of me at the parade with my hair on fire. But really, really talented. But you are in with an opportunity of winning the Sean Leonard art prints. The other thing, and we haven't mentioned this, is Shauno's world famous quiz. Shauno's world famous quiz. So Sean's world famous quiz is hosted monthly. It's a league table format, so those who haven't jumped on and this is new to them, they still have a chance of winning. The person that gets the most points at the end of the season wins Shauno's world famous quiz trophy and an actual Sean Leonard art original, not a copy, an original. So there you go. So if you're a VIP member, be sure to check the monthly draw. And if you are a winner, let us know. We're not going to be chasing after people. We're going to give them 7 days. And then after the 7 days, we'll either do another draw or we make it null and void to next month.
Oh, next week, yeah. So, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And we will catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you, folks.